Are you an athlete who is constantly getting colds, dealing with niggling infections, and feeling like your recovery is just too slow? Or whether you're training for peak performance, competing professionally, or just trying to progress generally in training, this could be a serious problem. When you're sick, you're missing out on training sessions. If you're not recovering well, you're at risk of plateauing in training. And if you're constantly run down, your competition prep suffers. And for any pro or semi-professional athletes, this could mean missing out on pay because of missed games or key selection opportunities and contracts. So today we're going to dive deep into your immune health and micronutrient deficiencies, particularly vitamin D, iron, and zinc, and why these three are impacting your training, progression, and recovery. This isn't just about getting sick. It's about how your immune health, muscle recovery, and overall resilience affects your progressive overload in training and competition readiness. So if you want to stay healthy, recover faster, and maintain an edge over your competition, then keep watching this video. Before I dive into it, please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you never miss out on any of my videos. So here's what happens when your immune health is compromised. Number one is you're constantly getting sick. This might mean that you're missing out on games or training sessions, or you're rocking up to these sessions feeling quite ill and not able to push as hard as you'd like. Number two is your recovery starts to slow down. You might not be feeling sick, but you notice that your muscle recovery is slower and not as efficient, and your training adaptations suffer because you're constantly feeling sore and achy. Number three is you increase your risk of injury. With a weakened immune system, this can contribute to systemic inflammation, which can delay healing and also leave you at a higher risk of overuse injuries. Number four, you plateau in your performance and progression in training. Your body prioritizes survival over adaptations. You're then compromising your ability to get more powerful, stronger, and faster. And lastly, you struggle to peak for your competitions at the right time. If you're an elite athlete, this is critical. If you have a weakened immune system leading into competitions, even a minor illness and niggle can derail your preparation into your comp. Research consistently shows that deficiencies in vitamin D, iron, and zinc contributes to your overall immune health and increases your susceptibility to illnesses. And to top this off, these three micronutrient deficiencies are more common in athletes, particularly because of the increased energy expenditure and sweat rate, which depletes micronutrients faster. A restriction in diet from weight category sports or athletes who are underfueling can also mean that micronutrient intake from foods alone are not met. Athletes who are also susceptible to restricted diets, whether they are underfueling or in weight category sports, might not be reaching the correct micronutrient intakes through foods alone. Any sports who have athletes training only in an indoor environment might lead to vitamin D deficiencies, particularly in the winter months. And any athlete who has a repeated high-intensity training bout increases oxidative stress, which has a higher reliance on antioxidant support. So if you're training hard, competing regularly, and have the pressure of a pro sport, then you do not want your immune system to be the reason that it holds you back. To fix this, you need a systematic approach. You don't need to be taking random supplements and hope for the best. So before you adjust your nutrition and buy supplements, the first step is to get regular blood tests done. If you're serious about your performance, you should be tracking key biomarkers at least twice a year and sharing these with your health professional and sports dietitian to make sure that your micronutrient levels and your optimal performance markers are all in check. You can start by checking your vitamin D, your iron, ferritin, transferrin, hemoglobin, zinc, and CRP levels. The second step is to optimize your nutrient levels through whole foods first. For vitamin D, you can increase your fatty fish consumption, eggs, fortified dairy, and getting direct sunlight exposure. For iron, focus on red meat, liver, and spinach, and also pair this with some vitamin C like citrus fruits or a supplement to help absorption. And lastly, increase your zinc through shellfish, beef, legumes, and seeds. If your blood work still shows deficiencies despite a food-first approach, your next step is to supplement accordingly. It's still important to seek professional help and speak to your sports dietitian for specific amounts and brands of supplements. But generally, for vitamin D, you can aim between 2,000 to 4,000 IU per day. Iron amounts can vary depending on age, gender, and the severity of your deficiency. Here are general population's recommendations. Athletes can sometimes need 1.5 times the amount of these recommendations. And lastly, a supplementation of zinc of 50 to 75 milligrams per day can be required if a deficiency is present. The last step is helping to manage your inflammation. Your immune health is not only dependent on micronutrients, it's also dependent on reducing your inflammation. Having 1 to 2 grams of omega-3s per day can be really helpful for inflammation and brain health. You can meet this requirement by having fatty fish each day or having a high quality fish oil supplement. Here are a few brands that I recommend. And increasing your antioxidants through polyphenol-rich foods, berries, leafy greens, and turmeric to help with oxidative stress. So when you get these 4 steps right, you'll notice that your frequency of illnesses decrease, you'll recover faster, and you'll be able to train harder with fewer setbacks. Here are a few common mistakes that I see athletes making when it comes to their immune health. The first one is just ignoring the problem, brushing off common colds and frequent illnesses as if it's normal. This could be a sign that your recovery and nutrition is just not up to scratch. The second one is guessing instead of testing. If you're not getting your blood work done frequently, you're flying blind. You need to make data-driven decisions if you want to optimize your performance. And that leads me to my third one, which is over-relying on supplements. You can't out-supplement a poor diet. You should always use a whole food first approach and then supplement where necessary. And lastly, the fourth one is not periodizing your nutrition with your training load or season. If you're in a heavy training block or heading into competition, your immune health might need a little bit more tender loving care. So you might need to focus on increasing your antioxidants and anti-inflammatory foods at this time. Your nutrient needs might also need to shift based on where you live and the season. For example, your vitamin D requirements might need to increase when it's winter. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and drop a comment below if you have any questions.